Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Black Legend with me, Bring It On. Off camera, I did give Martin a knife. Last episode when I swapped him back to the rogue class, it defaulted to the Syncadia. But in order to learn Venom's Ding, he needs a knife equipped. So I did that. I also missed this passive last episode. The Gisarm gives you not only Heartseeker, but also gives you the Hill Training passive. Ignores the agility penalty from wearing heavy armor, which stacks very well with the momentum passive as well. This is by far my favorite class so far. So, oh yeah, new bestiary entries as well. The Cultist Heavy. Common Mephistian patrolling the city. In the hierarchy, they represent the color white, blank and mundane. Nevertheless, this blank state also represents potential that once discovered... Oh wait, we've already read that. So the Cultist first paragraph is always the same. A frequent indoctrination at various rituals have produced these men and women with close to no conscience. I must uphold and maintain the will and creation of Mephisto, for none can match their proficiency in the miracles of alchemy, and thus, none but Mephisto can undo them. The equipment carried by the simple folk is provided by the more intellectual members of the cult, to aid them in their never-ending quest of procuring blood for the new antidote that... Is it not going to scroll down for me? I guess not. I don't know what... Alright, screw it, I guess. Alright, the Delirious. For some, devotion surpasses rationality. Among the cult, there's members who have their own ways of growing closer to Mephisto, and willingly forsook their antidote one too many times. The delirium they enter is one that cannot ever be recovered from, but is of great use in battle. We've dubbed them the Delirious, black, impure, and devoid of color. The Delirious aren't directed by the Mephistians. Often they're simply unleashed upon the city of Grant, trusting that their blind devotion does the job of keeping them from harming their fellow cultists. The incessant bleeding of self-inflicted wounds creates a high when they're exposed to the fog, an alchemical reaction which can be shut down through... something. I assume if I wait long enough it'll eventually scroll down. I wish you could just had control over the dialogue and you didn't have to wait for it to do it by itself. Alright, that's the first half of the chain lowered. There's some enemies up there on the other side of the bridge. There's a light on right here. Let's go check that out first. Guess we'll have to fight this group of enemies. I don't know if enemies can engage with you when you're speaking to NPCs. I'm going to do it this way. Alright, start combat. Venom Sting, followed by a kidney shot. Yeah, let's use Heartseeker here. Alright, then in fact we're just going to go ahead and take this guy out so he doesn't get a turn. Yeah, then let's come over here and use leg sweep. And heal up a smidgen, and then I guess stomach punch. We're probably going to take another counter attack, but screw it. It's fine. We'll make it work. Alright, so white is actually useless on these guys because they all have red applied currently. So what I'm going to do instead is apply black so we can try and take that guy out on our next turn. Except for with Martin, I am going to use Venom Sting. So I try and master that. Alright, so I'm going to try and take this guy out. I can't get to his side. Oh, yes I can. I can get to this side up here. Then catalyzing strike him. Perfect. I'm going to try and take out the Dragoon this turn. I'm going to trigger 2 catalysts with this attack. Nice. Nice indeed. Going to end his turn. And let's see, sever artery. Nice. So another blunderbuss and a rust-covered emblem. Oh yeah, we got another trinket last episode too that I haven't looked at yet. Let's go and equip one of these real fast. Catalyzing bronze on an enemy increases stamina by 15% for each stack. Then brass spyglass. Catalyzing bronze on an enemy applies overpowered and exposed. So bronze, I believe, is white and yellow. I guess we'll give it to him. I'm probably not going to pay much attention to who has what trinket equipped in combat because it doesn't show you who has what trinket equipped in combat. In general, I wish combat showed you a lot more information, but I'll work with what I have and hope for the best. A vial of stimulants. What is that for? Catalyzing silver on an enemy increases marksmanship by 15% for each stack. We're going to go and give that to her because that makes the most sense. She's our marksman. By and far. Let's go check out this.
Stella, is that you? No? Outside was working for the Gilded Claw? Please, you've got to help me. It's my daughter. She went out to go on some stubborn chase to avenge her mother. To the sword of the war and shouted she was done hiding. Her mother was taken during the tithe of blood. Dear Miriam, why did you resist? Was it that same defiance that now resides in our daughter? Still is all I have left. I can't ask you to return her by force. So please, just keep her safe. Aid her in her mission. My wife's murderer wore an elaborate outfit. Black with gold decorations. I believe Stella's looking for that one specifically. He must be of a higher rank than most Mephistians. Stella didn't mention where she went. The Gilded Claw has eyes all over the city, but no teeth to bear, is the common statement around these parts. Could you ask those eyes if they've seen her? On the honor of the Artois family name. On the honor of the Artois family name.
Okay.
I will reward you in any way I can if you bring her back to me. Just save my girl. I can't bear to lose her as well.
Okay, we got another quest. Speak to the scout of the Merchant's Guild. Alright, we almost mastered Heartseeker, then we can swap this out. He's almost mastered Leg Sweeps. After the next fight, we can give him the Gisarm. And I'll probably change my class for my main character. Probably to the Duelist. I guess we can pick a fight with this group over here. Not a huge fan of our positioning. We're going to have to punch through their line and hope for the best. If we get to go first, I guess it won't matter. So let's do it this way. We'll come over here so he keeps his back safe. Venom Sting and Kidney Shot. Heartseeker on this guy, and then what we'll do is probably throw a knife at this guy. Puts 3 different humors on him, 2 different catalysts. That's okay. Leg sweep this guy. And I guess we can stomach punch him. Catalyzing strike this guy. He's out of range. Never mind. Alright, let's use Sever Artery on, I guess, the guy right in front of us. Alright, not a huge fan of what's going on over here. Great, he's got his back protected. She should be able to shoot him in the back, though, now that he's elevated. So let's try and hit him. Alright, I'll take it. Then you... I guess the Venom Sting him. It might finish him off. Yeah, cool. Then move up behind him and punch him in the back. Actually, you know what? Yeah, punch him in the back. Actually, go ahead and use a throwing knife as well. I really need to heal my main character. He is taking a beating. Wow, barely healed him. That sucks. Alright, let's get him in position, and what we'll do is use a catalyzing strike, I guess, on this guy. And a stomach punch might be enough to finish him off. Again, use a throwing knife on him, soften him up just a little more, and end our turn. Good, we need to go after this guy. Thank goodness. Alright, let's heal up. That was the closest we've come to losing a character in combat. Alright, so more vitriol. Jar of sulfur. What does that do? Catalyzing gold on an enemy increases skill by 15% per stack. Don't really have any skill-based classes. Just gotta equip some consumables again. That's my greatest skill, 57, 58. Martin does. So it might be worth putting on him. A cutlass and a tunic +3. Still worse than the Dawn Watch attire. What does the cutlass do, though? I guess we can equip it. Probably the mercenary. Let's hold off on that for now. Actually, you know what? I need to change this class. Let's give him the Gisarm. And then I will change my class to the... probably the duelist. Because that has good strength growth as well. He'll equip the rapier. Do stomach punch. I guess venom sting. Let's do kidney shot and then first aid. Who does the cutlass go to? If not the duelist. Where's the mercenary? Let me equip the mercenary real fast. I want to see what class the cutlass is for, and I think the mercenary can use every weapon. So what is this? The triangle, trident, and squid-looking thing. So I don't have any of these classes unlocked, it looks like. There's a ton of classes in this game. Gotta hand it to him. Alright. And the cutlass, where's that at? Improvised strike. So the mercenary can use a cutlass. What does improvised strike do? Deals damage to the target, applies random humor stacks on the target. And then 2 classes I don't think I've unlocked yet. Alright, I'm still going to go with the duelist for the strength growth, I think. +2 abilities. And... has she mastered this yet? Not yet. Still a ways off on that. Don't have to master hill training, so we'll get around to that. And also, Heartseeker. Martin did master Venom Sting, so we can change his class, but to what? See, Steel Spear. The Partisan teaches him what? Let's give him a knife. Which is going to teach him Rusty Needle. Stab the target with a rusty, dirty needle and inject a potent poison. Deals damage to the target. Inflicts the disease status effect, which causes increasing damage each turn and has a chance to spread to nearby enemies. Then with that, we'll also get Swift Kick and Kidney Shot. That actually gives him one of each color, which is really useful. And then First Aid, of course. Alright. There's a chest over here. Yeah, there's just a ton of classes to choose from. Blood Core Ring restores 5% of max HP for every stack of Rubido on an attacked target. That actually seems pretty good. Let's equip that on my main character because I don't want him to go down. And then a lot of the enemies apply Rubido on themselves. The delirious enemies do. So that seems pretty good for where we're currently at. And who we're currently fighting. I don't need to get back that way. Should probably drop back down here. Some enemies up there. Let me quick save. I haven't saved yet. Did I save? I did. Okay. What is this?
Well, well, well. Been ages since someone knocked politely down here. Come and have an old chat with the sailing folk of Grant, eh? Ironic, innit? Hard to make coin in the biggest mercantile city-state this side of the continent. Tell you what, let's deal in some secrets. Got something mighty interesting for you. Just 250 vermilion pieces. You won't regret it. Seaman's honor.
Well, I have it to spare and haven't spent any money yet,
What'll
so...
it be?
Yeah.
Cheers. Friend of mine here snuck out to sea, trying to cross over to the shipyard by dinghy. Lad barely left the harbor, or a hand covered in blood coral grabbed his boat. Poor bloke looked down into the waters and claims he saw Christian Huygens under the surface. You've heard of this man before, right? Him and the rest of the council made a deal with that Mephisto lass way back when our neighbors decided to come and try and pillage our city. Anyway, he mate tried everything he could to break the grip of that hand, but it just healed right back up. Finally, found a moment of calm to remember his training, and catalyzed some crimson on it. Not only did the hand release, the wounds didn't seem to heal as quickly either. That's all he could glimpse, though. Made his way back to the harbor as fast as he could. May sound like poppycock, but I tell you, we sailors don't lie about threats on the sea. Fog has always brought strange things with it. And that stuff Mephisto made won't be any prettier. He was there years ago, during the pandemonium, the day the antidote ran out. I watched as regular folk turn into savages in the blink of an eye. If that's what this fog can do to a regular person, just imagine the effects on a man like Christian. Beware the waters, my friend. They hide something from the depths that shouldn't see the surface. If you've no choice, however, remember me mate's tale. Pleasure doing business with you. Now scram before the cultists catch us talking.
So the guy he was talking about, Christian, he was the one that was tied to an anchor and thrown in the ocean that we learned about last episode. It sounds like maybe he had some sort of alchemy, something with him where he was regenerating his health. Maybe he's like trapped at the bottom of the ocean and he can't die. A waller brust. I guess that's for the marksman. So we can give that to what's-her-face after she's done mastering Severed Artery. Alright, open up another shortcut. And we have a small fight ahead of us, it looks like. And by a small fight, I mean a pretty large one. There's 5 enemies here. It's more than usual. We'll just gotta turn around so we can get a little closer. There we go, perfect. Alright, put her up here, and... do it like that. We can probably take this guy out on his first turn. So, Rusty Needle. And I guess Swift Kick. It only costs 1. Oh yeah, we can get all 3 colors on this guy. So he's dead on his next turn. If we throw a throwing knife into him. Perfect. Just gonna try and take this guy out. We'll move over here. I'm gonna try and punch this dog with a, I guess, a stomach punch. Let's get you over here as well, and Heartseeker the dog. Alright, separate artery. Let's see. Separate artery on this guy, I think. Oh, hang in there, buddy. He is trapped, and I'm not looking forward. I'm gonna try and cut my way out of here. Get him to safety. I guess I just move over here and put his back to the wall. Then here, kidney shot. I'm gonna heal off this guy because he has 2 stacks of Rubido, and then catalyzing strike. Back up to full health. Alright, I'm already liking that ring a whole lot. I'm bleeding, so when I move I take damage. All that health I just gained back. Alright, let's move over here and use leg sweep on this guy. It'll stomach punch him as well. Alright, catalyzing strike on him. Alright, Rusty Needle. We'll apply all 3 humors on this cultist and then take him out in the next turn. So we do a stomach punch and then catalyzing strike, and that should take him out. Like so. Let's heal up Martin. He's not doing so hot. We're a little low on vitriol, it looks like. Does not bode well for us. Throwing dagger, some more vitriol, thank goodness. Nothing unique. A lot of money though. We're swimming in money because I don't use it for anything. I guess I should probably buy some vitriol when we go back to the Merchant's Guild. So this corner is clear. We get a shortcut back to the entrance. This area seems very large compared to the Commoner District, which is fine. Let's take out these guys. Let's see, move her back here. I'm gonna put him right here. And I think he's gonna be hard to get to. I'm gonna pull back and force him to us, I think. Do something like this. Because right now we can only get 1 person up there to fight him. And that's not good enough. Alright, so all 4 humors on that guy. Let's go and take him out. Don't let him get a turn. And what I can do is move him here. Oh no, he can't reach over there. So let's go down here and just use Heartseeker on this guy. And end his turn. Alright, sever artery. Alright, kidney shot, and then catalyzing strike. Sever artery. Now use Rusty Needle down here and then catalyzing strike and finish this guy off. Easy peasy. Throwing dagger. Stained glass shard. What does that do? Catalyzing crimson on an enemy increases strength by 15% for each stack. Alright, so we already have that on him. I'm gonna give that to him, I think. So we do a lot of crimson. So I think that makes sense to equip. Did I grab another trinket? See, I don't know what stamina does. I assume it has something to do with movement or action points of some kind. But the game doesn't do a good job of explaining what these effects do. Unlocked Inquisitor, got the Balestrino, and a tunic +3, and a medicine box. Catalyzing silver on a target will cleanse a random negative status effect on you and nearby allies. Silver. Doesn't make sense to put it on her since she's behind everybody. I guess I can give her this for the stamina boost. Alright, let's see what the Inquisitor does real fast. Let's see, select class. Inquisitors protect all that is human from all that's... Inquisitors protect all that is human from all that is not. And then I lost it. Awful growth in everything. Once their target is spotted, they're assaulted with a wide array of afflictions and hindering effects, which makes it nigh impossible to escape the sentence of their assailant. The skill with both melee and ranged weapons makes them feared opponents, and they carefully study bodily alchemy to further inflict harm on their foes. To facilitate the chase of their prey, however, they wear only light armor to remain ever swift on their feet. Ignite the target with a torch, deals damage to the target, applies stacks of Citronitas. Receive additional adrenaline when applying a debuff to an enemy. See, I don't know what adrenaline does either. Increases skill for every living, non-human enemy on the field. Alright, let's see. Did we master anything yet? I haven't even used these on this guy, so... Alright, so sever arteries done on her. Let's select class. Let's put her back on Sharpshooter, because we have that new, the Wallarm Brust. Which gives us what? Bolty shot. Employ fast, expert marksmanship to fire 2 projectiles, each in a different part of the body. Deals damage to the target, applies stacks of Albedo and Negrito. Alright, I dig it. Then we get Sever Artery, and then she's all set. He's still doing Heartseeker, and Rusty Needle is almost done. Cool, we can equip both. And that gives him what? Lacerate. Cause a wound with a sharp weapon. No, wait, that's the other thing. Healing herbs. Apply medicinal herbs to restore vitality and counter any negative status effects. Restores HP to the target. Removes all negative status effects. Amount of health restored is increased for each negative status effect removed. Sweet. So we got some sustain on him. And a throwing dagger. A trident dagger and a cavalry sword. Alright, so I can equip the cavalry sword on my duelist. I think he's the only... Yeah, only the duelist gets something out of it. So Blade Fury. Perform a series of eloquent strikes that hit different body parts. Deals damage to the target. Applies random humor stacks on the target. Then Dueling Dance. Reduces damage from the front by an additional 10%. Neat. Let's finish the Steel Rapier first. Master those, then we'll get the Cavalry. Saber. And what else did I pick up? The, it's like Trident Dagger. I'm gonna equip it. Let's do it this way real fast. Where is the Mercenary? And where's the Trident? Oh, it must be an offhand weapon. And they can be used on... What classes? The Duelist. And the Rogue. So it must be this ability. Nimble Strikes, attacking from the side or the back, deals an additional 20% damage. That sounds really good. And what does he give on the Duelist? To 25% more damage against targets where you're the only adjacent unit. Alright, so I really like the Trident Dagger. Sounds really good. Let me swap back to the Duelist. And we'll use the Steel Rapier until these two are mastered, and then we can equip the Cavalry Saber. 25% more damage against targets where you're the only adjacent unit. That sounds really good. Have Ironweed? Is that a quest item? It is. Plant originating from a different continent, sought by alchemists for its property to shackle the truth in one's personality. Alright, looks like we've reached the end of the Harbor District, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's a good place to call the episode. I'll call it here. Off camera, I'll go back to the Harbor District and make sure I didn't miss any doorways or items. And then in the next one, we'll either pick up here, where whatever I missed, or we'll head back to the Merchant's Guild. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.